Hey, it's Kat here and I am beyond excited. We are going to be making this gorgeous crochet chunky chain bag. It is so easy to whip up and quick, and all you need is one skein of hooked Cordino cord yarn, and that's it in lipstick red, and a lovely chain. So I am beyond ecstatic with this bag. I can't believe how it turned out, and it is really easy to make. It's definitely a beginner project. So without further ado, let's get into it. We're going to take the end of the yarn and make a slip knot. And if you haven't done one of these before, you're in the right place, because it's really simple to do, and this is nice and thick yarn to show you. So all you want to do is just loop it over like that. And then all you want to do is bring this piece of yarn, which is the working yarn, through the hole. Okay, so you're going to loop it over, hold, and then take this yarn, which is attached to your ball of yarn, and put it through this hole here. You're going to pull on the tail and you'll have your slip knot. And then we're going to start on our chain. So I'm going to make a chain of 21, and to do this I'm going to put my crochet hook through, and I'm going to hold my yarn so the working yarn goes through my fourth and little finger to the back, and the other side of the yarn goes over my index finger, and then I'm gonna go like that and kind of put my fingers behind the other piece of yarn. Okay, and then when I'm not really doing much with the yarn, I just kind of grip whatever I've made, which is only one stitch at the moment, with my thumb and my middle finger. Okay, and then you get the tension. So you get the tension on this finger, and then all you want to do to make a chain is pull this piece of yarn through this hole here. So you're going to grab the yarn with your hook, yarn over, and pull through. Alright, so you've chained one. That's one chain. And you're going to do that 21 times. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 11. My plant has been a bit naughty. 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. So now you have made a chain. You've got a chain of 21. So you've done your foundation chain, and that is going to be kind of the side of your bag. You now just want to make a row of stitches. So your first row, you're going to go into the second chain from the hook. So this is the first chain from the hook. 1, 2. So we're going to go into here and do a single crochet. So we'll pop our hook in yarn over, pull up a loop. You have 2 loops on your hook. Okay, and then you're going to pull, yarn over and pull through both of these loops. Alright, and you've done 1 single crochet in your first row. We're going to do this all the way along the row. So we're going to go through, yarn over, pull up a loop. You have 2 loops on your hook, yarn over, pull through 2. And the same thing, I'm going to pop our hook in, 2 loops on the hook, yarn over and pull through both. Hook in, pull up a loop. You have 2 loops on your hook, pull through both. Now I'm making a row of all single crochet. And you can take your time when you're doing this because it's just a lovely thing to do. Don't worry if it kind of curls up at all in the beginning because that will straighten out later. So now we've got to the end and we have our first row of single crochet. And now, before we go on to row 2, we're going to just chain 1, which means you're at the end of the row, you just grab your yarn over and pull through, and that's your chain 1. Then what we'll do is we're just going to flip the whole thing over like this. So you're now facing the back of your work. And we're going to go on to row 2, which is going to be a row of single crochet again. And the first, we're going to go with single crochet, we're going to go the second chain from the hook. So we've got, this doesn't count as a chain. We've got 1, 2. So we're going to go straight into this hole here and do exactly the same thing as we did before. Go in, pull up a loop and pull through 2. Go in, pull up and pull through. Go in, pull up a loop and pull through 2. Oops. And we're going to do this all the way along, and every row is going to be exactly the same as this. And you're going to be doing 14 rows of these, and you can tell a row because it kind of looks like a little stickman legs, and then the other side looks a bit like a V. So that's 2 rows. So I'll do a little bit more with you, and then I'll meet you back here when you've done your 14 rows. the end of row 2, there's a stitch here. This is the last stitch, so we're going to single crochet, should be number 20 in the row, pull through 2, and then we're just going to chain 1 like that, turn the whole thing, start our row again. All right, and I'll meet you back here when we have done 14 rows. All right, I've done my 14 rows now, and if you want to count them, you're going to have like some really defined lines here, and then you're going to have the kind of stitch here. So that's 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11 12 13 14. And now all you're going to do is chain 1, like that, and then we're going to go, instead of going back and turning our work, we're not going to turn, we're just going to go along the top here, and there should be 14 stitches along here. So you're going to have 7 of these like sticky outy stitches, and then 7 of the kind of V stitches. And it doesn't really matter kind of where you put your hook, because they're not really meant to, they're not easy to kind of put your hook in, but once you get the hang of it, you just want to make a neat line along here with single crochets. Okay, so you're going to do exactly the same as you were before, but it's going to be on this side, and after this it gets a lot easier. So I'm just going to put my hook in this first hole here, pull up a loop and pull through. That's 1. So we're making a single crochet edge along here. So wherever you can see reasonably evenly spaced hole along here, it should give you around 14 stitches, and it doesn't matter if it's more or less. It doesn't have to be perfect. So if you count, so we've got 1 2 3 4, there should be 4 here because we've got 4 rows here out of the 14. So I've already done 4, and then I'm going to do 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and then you should have about 4 left. You've got these 4 rows here left, but on the other side. So 11, 12, 13 and 14. Oh my goodness. All right, so you're going to have 14 stitches across, and you just made a nice little corner there. This is going to be the part that flaps over. So our bag is going to be like this. Now we're going to make the flap. So this is the start of the flap here. This is these 14 stitches, and then we're going to chain 1, turn, and then we have something nice to work with, which is a nice straight line of single stitches. So I'm just going to do another line of single crochet. Don't forget that little one at the end there. Right, so that's forming nicely. That is going to lap over. Oops. And the way we're going to do it is we want this row of stitches to stick out. So how we're going to do it is we're going to chain 2, flip. This is the trickiest stitch of the bag, but once you got this, you're all good, and I'll go through it with you. So this is front post half double crochet. So we're going to yarn over after we've chained 2 at the end. We're going to go into this hole here and then out of that hole. Okay, so into the first hole, out of the second hole, and then you're going to yarn over, pull through, so you have 3 loops, and then you're going to pull through all 3. And that's going to make that line of stitches stick out, so it would look like a nice line effect. Okay, so yarn over, go straight into the next hole, out of the next hole, pull through, and then pull through all 3. So yarn over, go through that hole, out of the next hole, and you have 3 loops on your hook, and you're going to pull through all 3 and carry on doing that all the way along. And when you get to the end, you just want to go into that last little one there, pull up and pull through. So when you flip it, then you should have a line that goes all the way along, and then and kind of no line on the back there. So we're going to do exactly that same thing again, but we're going to do a line of just normal stitches in the middle of that. So we're going to go 1, 2, so chain 2. Okay. So we're going to just do normal half double crochets now. So we're going to go in, pull up a loop, and pull through all 3. Just ignore my little one there. So a row of half double crochets. Now we've done our row of half double crochets, I'm going to chain 2, 1, 2, turn, and then we're going to start another row of front post half double crochet. So we're going to yarn over, pop our hook into the first hole, out through the second hole, grab our yarn, and we have 3 loops on the hook. I'm going to pull through all 3. Yarn over, through this hole, pull through all 3, yarn over, and do this all the way along. go. Okay, so now we're going to chain 2 and do another normal row of half double crochet. So this is going to be always in the 3rd chain from the hook. Yarn over, pop your hook in, you have 3 on your hook and then pull through 3. And just do that all the way along. Chain 2, and then we're going to do our front post half doubles again. Little one at the end. Now all you want to do is sew that together. When you get to the end, you just want to pull that all the way through, and then I'm going to use my needle that will fit through there. And just going to make sure that's all the way in, so you can just weave it in wherever you want. You want to go through to the back like that. Oh my gosh, you're looking gorgeous. So I've got a piece of yarn here. If you don't have anything kind of coming out that side, then you can just attach the yarn. So now you're going to be sewing up the seams. I'm going to just line these up, and you can kind of see where the top of that is. I'm just going to go through there, and then on the other side I'm not going to go kind of over, I'm just going to put it through like that, and again. And do that on both sides. Alright, until that's nice and sewn together, and then I'm just going to pop that into the bottom. And I'll probably tie a little knot. See, that's all sewed now. And then I'm going to start at the top. And then just bury it in to the bag like that. Ta-da! And you can go inside and trim that bit. And you have yourself a bag. Right, now you are welcome to put a fastening on this. I actually have a chain. You could even put tassels or anything on it. Like, I am just gonna leave it a little bit minimal, and I'm going to pop a chain on there. Okay, you can add also like a clipper fastening here. Pretty. So there we go, guys. How cool was that? I'm so pleased with it. Let me know in the comments if you made yours, and if you have any questions, just comment below and I'll answer them. I am so excited to wear this out. I'm just going to be wearing it everywhere, and you could just easily pair it with jeans, a top, anything, and it is just going to be gorgeous. I'll link the pattern below and you can find it on catkemble.com as always. And if you are new here, don't forget to subscribe and like if you haven't already. If you prefer to crochet a chunky basket instead of a bag, no problem. This video is for you. I'll see you there.